Hello everyone, this is Steve with the Free Bullion Investment Guide. Today is September 14th and I'm doing a review and outlook price analysis video for silver. This is silver's 4-hour chart. To quickly go over last week's video, I showed you this rising expanding wedge. It is a negative pattern and silver did break below it as expected late in the week. Actually, it did it on Friday when the retail sales numbers came out a little bit better than expected, and really it sent traders out of safe havens like silver and gold. Also, silver dropped through most of the week, mostly because the yield curve wasn't as inverted as we've seen in the past. The 2-year has been on par or above the 10-year over the last several weeks, and recently the 10-year has been climbing, as well as the 30-year, which has helped traders move out of safe haven assets like bonds as well as gold and silver, and move into the stock market as well. We've been hearing good things coming out of the trade war. Trump has stated that he's going to delay tariffs on Chinese goods, as well as China has said that they are going to exempt U.S. pork and soybeans from tariffs. So that helps as well. And what else helps the market is Trump has said that he would consider an interim trade deal. Now, all of these things put uncertainty into the market, because uncertainty is what causes gold and silver to rise, and certainty makes gold and silver fall. Now, next week we have the Fed coming out with their decision on rates. I'm expecting them to lower rates by 25 basis points. I wouldn't be surprised if the market would like to see a 50 basis point drop, but I really think that that would be above and beyond what is realistic. And in addition, we did just have the Iranians, through the Yemenis rebels, strike Saudi Arabia with shutting down possibly half of their output, which will likely draw investors into safe havens as well. So we'll really have to see what happens after the 18th, considering the Fed, and as well as with what happens out of this recent drone strike on Saudi Arabia's oil fields, or oil refineries, I believe is where it hit. But now for the outlook for silver, I'm showing a falling wedge, which is a positive pattern. However, what I'm saying here is that it looks like that silver will break to the upside early in the week, but it really depends on what the Fed says and what they say about forward outlook. I really expect them to say that they're going to pay attention to economic indicators, and I really think the market wants to hear that they're going to continue lowering rates without even looking at indicators, which they never say. So it matters how the market interprets it, but if the market doesn't foresee future rate cuts in the future, it's likely that we're going to see silver and gold fall in price after we see a spike early in the week. So let me take a look at the daily chart here real quick. In the daily chart, we're really in neutral territory. Well, no, we're actually still in overbought territory in the MACD. The RSI and the MACD were in overbought territories too. But it looks like what I always pay attention to in the MACD, and I'll show you here, the lines separating. When the lines separate, get further and further apart, it shows that a change in price is going to happen. So early last week, I was seeing this coming together. Actually, I think it was past the point of their full separation. And I did the analysis last Saturday. So clearly the lines were coming together, and it was showing us that the price was likely going to continue to come down. Now, we've seen separations, and then they jumble together, and then it continues to go higher. But this clearly was showing that the price of silver was oversold, and we were going to see a lower price last week. Now we're seeing the lines separate again, so we should see a change in price early in the week, like I was just telling you, and then depending on what the Fed says, what they do, we'll see what silver does after that, and that'll be Wednesday the 18th around 2:30 is when we'll get an idea of what the Fed says and how the markets interpret it. So that's it for this week. I thank you for your time. Take care, and God bless.